Will Smith is with us. Hey, Will, congratulations on the victory and the big night tonight. So just walk us through how you were feeling at the plate. To us, it looked like you thought that it was a grapefruit you were swinging at down there.
Yeah, no, it was just one of those days, you know, you get some pitches to hit. You know, I've been swinging it pretty well lately, but I don't know, nothing really to show for it. And they found some holes tonight and put together some good ABs.
Well, you're in the record books, which is a historic franchise, and I got to ask you, because I've been there on a team where all you can offer up is attaboy, hang in there, and you get tired of hearing hang in there when you barrel up balls and you're not getting results. Well, tonight you got some results. It had to feel like a relief, just for the effort and the process that you were taking in every at bat.
Yeah, no, it was definitely, it felt good getting some hits, getting that first one out of the way for this postseason for me. But yeah, no, we were doing some rituals with the hitting coaches earlier today, so I guess that got me right.
Hey, you're a guy who, as soon as you arrived, Will, last year in your rookie season, you were hitting in the middle of the lineup. So it feels to us like a lot of this comes easy for you. Talk about the extra work, though, because I know that there's been a lot of it for you and the rest of your teammates this year.
Yeah, no, that's how I've always been. Just keep working, keep grinding. You get to be in the cage with Mookie, JT, and all those older guys, and you get to see how they work every day, and just the quality at bats. And that's what I try to model off those guys, because those guys, are the best in the business, and yeah, that's just how I go about it. So yeah, it's good to get some results.
Well, the Dodgers do a lot of things unique and a lot of things to prepare the players for the future. And if I have my story straight, before you got a chance to compete, you were brought up to see the process. How much did that help you so that when you got in this moment, you weren't awed by it too much?
Yeah, that was big for me, developmentally. Just kind of seeing how, every day in the big leagues works, how they prepare for a game, how intense it is. I was there in September where, they're prepping for playoffs. They're trying to make a playoff. They were trying to, I think we clinched the last couple of games, but yeah, that was huge for me, and I think that got me off to a good start last year. That's carried over to this year.
Do you want to hear the records, or are you superstitious?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Youngest player to enjoy a 5-hit game in the postseason, and also the first Dodger to enjoy a 5-hit postseason game.
That's pretty cool.
Congrats. Great night for you. Great night for the organization. Best of luck against the Braves. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
AJ Pollock now available. First question's from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead.
AJ, congratulations. What an opportunity to really make a statement today. You guys did just that. This one really never in doubt. What does it mean to you to be able to sweep the Padres here in Texas and move on to the next round?
Yeah, it's big. We Padres get hot. We know that team's very talented, and that lineup is dangerous. So I think we did a good job of coming back. They scored first. We came back, and we just kept piling them on. So it was big, and now we can regroup and get ready for the next one.
Every single person in the starting lineup reaching base in one form or fashion, but Will Smith tonight was hitting the ball hard all series long, really nothing to show for it until today, really making up for it. Had 5 hits at the Dodgers postseason record in terms of hits. What can you say about the job he did, not only behind the plate, but also with the bat?
Yeah, he's been great for us all year, and like you said, baseball. So he's had some really good at-bats the whole series, and sometimes it happens. Sometimes you don't get them, and it's strange, and then all of a sudden they come in bunches, and he does such a great job of controlling the strike zone and putting good swings on it, and he was big for us. He was huge, and we're going to need to move him forward.
AJ, you were able to produce so much already in the wild card round as well as in this series. Really a 180 from what you described as your performance last year in the postseason. That was just a terrible year for you. How pleased are you with the way that you're able to contribute and make up for what you didn't do last year?
Yeah, I don't try to lump stuff together. It's a different year, and for sure, I think it just just like we were talking about with Will Smith. It's more about your quality at bats, and the results, you just throw them out the window, and if that's good, then long term that the results will follow eventually. So I've had some results already, and I feel good about that, but just focused on just going up there, feeling good, and just putting good swings on the ball.
Yeah, it's really shown. Congratulations. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Alana.
Next question is from Pedro Mora. Go ahead.
Hey AJ, I know you said you try not to lump stuff together as in past postseasons, but beyond just you, are you seeing something different from this offense in terms of putting together, rallies that manufacture runs even without homers? It seems like you guys have been able to consistently score game after game.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We had a good team last year too, so it's a weird game. You get a team that gets hot and anything happen, but I think we've been consistent. We've been consistent. We just kept putting good at bats together offensively, and our pitching's been very, very consistent for us and really just leading the way. So yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. We obviously feel really confident about our club, so we still got a lot of work to do though.
Thanks.
Any more questions for AJ? Next question's from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
AJ, the subdued celebrations, how much is that because of the rules? How much of it is it just kind of weird? How much is it just you guys aren't thinking World Series?
I mean, I think we're business. We did our job today, and we move on to the next round. It's 12:30 at night. We've had some long ones. We're all excited. We're happy. We're gonna celebrate together. But yeah, we did what we wanted to do. We did what we were supposed to do, and obviously we're gonna celebrate that. But we expected it.
Thank you.
Final question for AJ. Go ahead, Willie.
AJ, the broadcast team had brought up toward the end of the game that they were curious why Major League Baseball has never awarded an MVP at the end of the divisional round, and they were trying to figure out who, in your mind, who stood out the most in this three-game set against the Padres, and if you were to hand a trophy to an MVP for this series from your team?
I have no idea. I'm glad I don't have that job to, I think our offense was great. I mean, we had big plays, big moments from a lot of different guys throughout the series, and it was definitely a team, just a team series win for us, and you guys can figure that out yourselves.
Thank you, AJ.
All right, guys, take care.
Justin Turner now available. First question's from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead.
Justin, congratulations on moving on to the next round. You had the hit there early on in the game, your 64th postseason hit. That is a Dodgers franchise record, even since the time they were back in Brooklyn. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, records are cool. Championships are better. So glad I can help us get a W tonight, and we're going to continue to keep going forward, and hopefully many more hits to come.
Seems like a very business-like approach from you. AJ Pollock was just talking, and he said that you guys expected to win. You'll celebrate with each other, but there's a lot more work to be done. Are you allowing yourself to enjoy the moment, though?
I mean, yeah, obviously we enjoy winning. We put a lot of hard work in every day in preparation and getting ready for every single game, and I talk about it all the time with you guys. The MO of this club is to take it one game at a time. And when we win the day, it's a good feeling. But we still know what's in front of us. We still know there's a lot of work to be done. And, we're not going to get too high. We're going to enjoy it for a little bit and then, start getting ready for the Braves.
Finally, for me, JT, you mentioned a lot of records being set. Padres used 11 pitchers tonight. That's a Major League Baseball postseason record as far as the amount of pitchers used. Do you guys even think it's more important to stay within your approach, considering you may never know who you're going to face in the next at bat?
Yeah, I mean, it's a record also because there's an expanded roster, so that's probably why you haven't seen that many pitchers in a game. But that's the way our offense goes. You grind out a starter and get them out of the game and get into the bullpen and make them work, and that's going to be even more so important when you get into these longer series and getting in the pen early and taxing those guys, making them work, making them throw a lot of pitches. And then, later on in the series, hopefully tire them down a little bit and get a little bit more mistakes.
Next question is from JP Hornstra. Go ahead.
Hey, Justin. Will Smith today went 5 for 6, one of those other cool records for franchise history. I'm just wondering, he was over 11 in the postseason coming into this game. Did you ever see in his expression, in anything that he said, that he had gotten frustrated not getting the hits to fall so far?
I'll tell you what, his 0 for 11 was about as good as anyone else's first 2 games in this series. He was taking great at bats, hitting balls hard all over the place, and wasn't getting rewarded for it. And it was awesome tonight to see him get some results. And he didn't change a thing. Just found some holes, and he's been good all year. I mean, he stays in the strike zone better than anyone. He hits the ball harder than anyone when they throw it in the strike zone. And he's just stayed within himself, didn't get frustrated, kept showing up and working, and it paid off tonight.
And how rare is that just for a 25-year-old who's effectively in his first full season as a starter at this level?
For most guys, maybe rare, but he's well beyond his years. You don't think of him as a young guy. The way he puts together his at-bats and he game plans, and he has a good idea of what he wants to do every time he steps in the box. And, his just calmness and his presence every time he's at the plate is exceptional.
Next question is from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
I know obviously the World Series title is the goal, but when you think about your journey and your path, do you think, to have the playoff record of the team you grew up watching as a kid, that's something you'll be able to look back on and really appreciate?
Like I said, winning series is great, but, we have the big picture in mind. We want to win a World Series. We want to bring a championship back to LA. So it's cool to have accolades along the way and records and a bunch of hits. But until you're the last team standing, that's the ultimate goal.
Thanks.
We got time for one more. Go ahead, DG.
Hey, Justin. What'd you think of Julio's performance, especially coming into that game, bases loaded second inning, Tatis coming up, and you're trailing at the time?
Yeah, that was just a gutty outing by Julio, and it doesn't surprise us. He's a bulldog out there. When he's on the mound, he competes as good as anyone, and for him to go out there and shut down essentially a really good lineup the way he did. Him and Smitty were on the same page all night, commanding the fastball up in the zone, getting the breaking balls underneath, and mixing in some good changeups. And he was outstanding. He doesn't scare off, man. He doesn't shy away from the big moment, and you could definitely see that out there tonight.
Thanks, Justin. Will Smith now available. First question's from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead.
Well, congratulations on such a tremendous performance for you guys in general and for you today. You had hit so many balls hard, so many loud outs. At a certain point, did you just know that if you stayed within your approach, things were going to turn in your favor?
Yeah, I go one at bat at a time. As long as I'm finding, good quality at bats, good quality contact, I'm happy. I never got really down on myself for not having hits, but each new at bat I could help the team win, and it was nice to get some hits tonight.
You say that you took it each and every at bat at a time, which I understand. But could you have imagined a situation in which you went 5 for 6 and set a Dodgers postseason record for the amount of hits in a game?
No, I didn't really see that one coming, but no, I'll take it though.
Your job primarily as a catcher, obviously, is to manage your pitching staff throughout. What can you say about the performance that all of them did, but particularly Julio Urías coming into an unenviable situation, facing Tatis, and the 5 innings that he was able to give you tonight coming out of the pen?
Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable by him. Just coming in and going right at him, not being scared. He was basically just gonna go right at him and get him out, and that's what he did. And he's the one who kept us in the ball game. It could have gone away from us a little bit. He really slammed the door on him and let the offense take over and put some runs back up.
Did you know Dustin was going one?
I didn't know how long he would go. I knew it wasn't gonna be too long, but yeah, one was good enough. AK came in and he pitched well. Just a couple bleed shots, and that happens sometimes.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Next question's from Jack Harris. Go ahead.
Hey, Will, I think I heard you on your TV interview out there say that you're doing some rituals with the hitting staff before today.
Yeah, can't share that. Can't share that.
All right. Have you? When's the last time you've had a 5-hit game? Do you remember?
No, I don't think I've ever had. Maybe high school or little league or something. No, I don't know. Can't remember the last one.
And when you know you're going to have a bullpen game like this, or you're going to at least be catching probably a lot of different guys, like does that take different prep work going into a game? Does it add anything on your plate?
Not really. Before the series even starts, we kind of have an idea how we're going to attack each guy with each and every one of our pitchers. So like today, it's just kind of recapping how D-May is going to start him off when Julio comes in, how he's going to go through the lineup a couple times. You kind of already have an idea of these guys and what they're going to do. So, you do that before the series starts. So the day of, it's just you kind of relax. You recheck your marks, your comments, and then you go to work.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next question's from Mike DiGiovanna. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to follow up on that Tatis at bat in this. How tough a situation is that coming in for Julio? The bases loaded there.
Yeah, I mean he's their best hitter. So I mean, Julio, he's not going to back down. He went right at him and he got the job done.
Next question's from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, Will, did it kind of feel like this was sort of like a microcosm of the regular season for you, where, I mean, you dealt with kind of this sort of thing where you were hitting it hard, hitting it good, not really seeing results, and then all of a sudden they came. So did that kind of help you maybe sort of know you're still on the right track, even when the results weren't coming?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, mentally, I've been in a really good state this whole year. It's going one at bat at a time, and that's all I can control. I can't control, where they play, where the ball goes, to a certain extent. But yeah, no, I mean, I've been happy the whole year. Hitting balls hard, could obviously have been better, but yeah, I just keep doing what I'm doing, and let the rest take care of itself.
Do you kind of feel like a veteran at this point? I mean, does this feel new to you with all this kind of accomplishments that you've had since you've come up? Or do you feel like kind of seasoned at this point?
No, I mean, I feel real comfortable, in the clubhouse with all the guys. We have really good conversations with the other players, with the hitting coaches. That helps me out a lot. Just, when they come back in the dugout, telling me how their fastball's playing or what their slider, changeup's doing, and being able to, process that and apply it to, my upcoming at bat. So yeah, I mean, you feel comfortable, confident up within plate, and usually good things happen when that happens.
Next question's from Kerry Osborne. Go ahead.
You have a good game. What from your vantage point, what has he found that's allowed him to have that consistency lately?
Who's that? I missed the first part of the question.
Julio.
Julio? Yeah, I mean, he comes out and, his fastball is always there, which is a great fastball. His curveball's been really good lately. And, he threw some really good changeups and some counts that we needed a ground ball or some swing and miss. And, yeah, he goes out and competes.
And then so much was made about this park swallowing home runs, and you guys just found ways to score runs throughout. what does this say about this offense, that its ability to score runs in so many different ways?
Yeah, I mean, 1 through 14 guys on the roster are going to put up quality at bats. They're going to move the ball. They're going to help the offense score runs. It's not like, we hit a lot of home runs this year, but there are a lot of good at bats. Man on second, you move the guy over, or man on third, you get him in, and that's what it takes to really win games in the postseason.
Next question is from Jeff Wilson. Go ahead.
Hey, the next time you guys play a game, there will be actual people in the stands. I'm just wondering what you think about that, and if you're looking forward to what that might be like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We've missed our fans this whole year. And yeah, I mean, I expect Dodger fans to be out here, cheering hard and really giving us that home field advantage. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm assuming all my teammates are. We'll probably up the intensity a little bit, but, once the game starts, it's intense. It's every pitch matters. So, I mean, let's go to business then.
We got time for one more. Go ahead, Claudia.
Well, congratulations. The Dodgers and Braves haven't faced each other this season. How interesting and exciting can the NLDS get for you and the fans?
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good team, really high-powered offense, got some good arms. Should be a good matchup. Should be a lot of good baseball, and, we're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
Julio Urías now available. First question's from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead.
Julio, an incredibly strong performance from you tonight. What do you think was allowing you to be so effective and efficient?
Salida fuerte para ti, Julio. ¿Qué fue para ti o qué funcionó para ti para ser tan efectivo y tan eficiente?
No, atacar y tratar de enfocarnos en picheo tras picheo es lo que he venido trabajando toda esta temporada, y gracias a Dios que salimos con la victoria. Ya dejo al lado cómo me fue a mí, no hay que sí, esto es trabajo en equipo y mis compañeros hicieron el trabajo, y gracias a Dios que salimos con la victoria.
Attack and focus on every pitch, which is my mentality this entire season. Thank God we got the win, but I can ignore what I did. I'm just glad my team was able to get the win.
Why doesn't it ever seem like any situation bothers you? It's almost as if you don't have a pulse out there.
Porque se ve como que la situación no te importa, como que no tienes pulso, no te molesta estos momentos.
No, es parte del juego, no hay que enfocarse en lo que uno tiene que hacer y dar el 100%, que es lo que siempre he dicho, y es lo que van a esperar de mí cada salida, o así sea un out, así sea abriendo, así sea relevando, así sea lo que sea, siempre y cuando me den la oportunidad, yo tratar de dar el 100% de mí.
It's just part of the game. You have to focus, and you can always expect 100% from me, whether it's coming in to get one out as a starter, as a reliever, you always get 100% from me.
How much more comfortable are you with the relationship that you have with Will Smith behind the plate?
¿Cómo se siente esa relación contigo y con Will Smith ahora? Quizás un poquito más, sentirte un poquito más confiado con él.
No, la verdad que con los dos, tanto con Barça como con él, la verdad que afuera de la relación como jugadores, obviamente son buenos muchachos, y la verdad que desde un principio me he llevado bien con ellos, ¿no? Entonces eso facilita el trabajo ya cuando estamos adentro del juego, obviamente, y la verdad obviamente confío en los dos, son tremendos catchers los dos, y tengo tremenda relación con ellos.
I would say both with Barnes and Smith, they're both good guys, so it's easy to get along with off the field, and that also helps when we start working on the field. Both guys are great, and I have a really good relationship with both.
Felicidades, Julio.
Gracias.
Next question is from Ken Gurnick. Go ahead.
Julio, you've gone back and forth with the stretch and the windup, and you're back in the stretch now. What is that doing to help you feel more comfortable, and how is that a part of the improvement that you've made in the last couple weeks?
Has cambiado entre lanzando de frente, lanzando de lado, ahora parece que más de lado. ¿Qué ha sido eso para esta evolución, el trabajo que vienes haciendo las últimas semanas?
Sí, no, como siempre lo he dicho, toda esta temporada, la verdad que he tenido bastante ayuda de los coaches, la verdad que Mark y los otros dos coaches, la verdad que me han tratado excelente y me han tratado de ayudarnos en lo que pueda. Hicimos ese ajuste de seguir lanzando de lado y la verdad que me ha gustado y como digo, o sea, con la mentalidad positiva, cuando se trabaja positivamente, las cosas salen bien, gracias a Dios.
It's really been a work all this season. I've gotten a lot of help from the coaches, from everybody in the coaching staff, and that was one of the adjustments, was pitching from the stretch, and it's something that's really helped me this season, focusing on that.
Next question is from Kerry Osborne. Go ahead.
Julio, a lot was said earlier in the season about the first inning and the difficulties that you were having with that, but it seems of late when that opener's come in, you've had a lot of success. Is there something to that, or is that just coincidence?
Se ha hablado mucho de la primera entrada, de las batallas que has tenido en la primera entrada, pero parece que con el opener las cosas han funcionado. ¿Crees que es algo que pudiese haber sido la solución o será coincidencia?
No, como lo he dicho, o sea, yo no salgo con la mentalidad de que me vaya mal en el primer inning. Obviamente son cosas que pasan y ni modo, o sea, hay que seguir enfocado en el juego, como lo dije en salidas anteriores que he tenido y mantenerme enfocado, ya sea, como siempre le he dicho, o sea, más que nada ustedes saben de que yo estoy aquí para lo que me necesiten y si esa es la mentalidad con la que ellos me van a meter al juego, yo a tomarle de la mejor manera y a tratar de hacer mi trabajo, que es lo que me queda hacer, no ya sea en el primero, en el segundo, o en el quinto, o en el sexto, simplemente hacer mi trabajo.
It's a situation where I obviously don't come out thinking I'm going to pitch bad in the first inning. I think it's just something that I have to focus on, and everybody knows that I'm here to do whatever they ask of me, and if it's something that they decide, me coming in the first inning, second inning, fifth inning, sixth inning, it's something that I'm going to do.
Next question is from Mike DiGiovanna. Go ahead.
Hey, Julio, seems like most times when guys enter the game in a bulk role, it's for a clean inning. How much different or more of a challenge was it coming in with the bases loaded than Tatis?
Normalmente cuando entra un lanzador para comerse la mayor cantidad de las entradas, entran con un inning limpio. ¿Qué tan más difícil es tener que enfrentarte a Tatis en esa situación?
No, obviamente es un buen bateador, no es un tremendo bateador y simplemente hay que ejecutar los picheos. Tenemos buena forma de trabajarlo y la verdad que eso fue lo que hicimos, no simplemente enfocarnos en picheo tras picheo, como lo digo, y gracias a Dios que las cosas salieron bien.
He's a really good hitter, and I think it's just a matter of executing pitchers. We have a good plan against him, and it was a matter of remaining focused, and thank God everything worked out.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Julio, ¿cuándo te dijeron que iba a pichar hoy?
Bueno, fue antes del juego me comentaron y salí a practicar normal como un relevista y gracias a Dios que como lo repito, salieron las cosas bien.
¿Y sabía que iba a lanzar tanta entrada?
No, simplemente enfocarme bateador por bateador y como lo dije en una entrevista cuando tuve una salida, simplemente enfocarme bateador por bateador y cuando menos piensas pues ya tienes 5 o 4 innings encima y la verdad que ese fue el enfoque de esta noche.
Gracias.
Siguiente pregunta de Claudia Guestro. Adelante.
Julio, felicidades. Felicidades, tuviste una noche espectacular. ¿Cuánto has anhelado este momento de ser parte de una postemporada sin lesiones, manteniéndote saludable y efectivo en el montículo?
No, es lo que uno trabaja, es para lo que uno trabaja y siempre he dicho, gracias a Dios, que bendecido estar con este equipo, ¿no? Que año tras año viene con esa mentalidad de llevarnos todo y esa es la mentalidad de este año. Obviamente me siento contento de ser parte de este equipo y bendecido por Dios, gracias a Dios.
Mi última pregunta, en la próxima ronda del campeonato verás a fanáticos en las gradas. ¿Qué tan emocionados están de poder tener algo más como normal, ¿no? De tener fanáticos alrededor?
No, la verdad que va a ser muy bueno, ¿no? Va a ser muy bueno para nosotros, la verdad que es lo que estamos necesitando y como lo digo, siempre y cuando sea el apoyo, la verdad que uno lo va a tomar de la mejor forma.
Siguiente pregunta de Memo García. Adelante. Adelante, Memo.
Dos preguntas. La primera de ellas, ¿cómo ves la serie contra los Bravos de Atlanta? Y la segunda sería, al ser ya una serie más larga, ¿crees que ya es el momento de que seas abridor, estar desde la primera entrada y no entrar de relevo? Gracias.
No, va a ser una serie buena, por algo los dos equipos llegamos a donde llegamos, ¿no? Y va a ser una serie buena, hay fuerza por aquel lado, fuerza por este lado, y en la segunda pregunta, o sea, es lo mismo, yo estoy disponible para lo que me necesiten, no importa si sea abridor, si sea relevo, siempre y cuando el juego salga con la victoria, es lo que necesitamos, y yo estoy aquí disponible para lo que sea.
Siguiente pregunta de Humberto Barrera. Adelante. Adelante. Siguiente pregunta de Manuel Campa. Adelante.
Julio, buenas noches. Felicidades por tu actuación. Oye, preguntarte, ¿cómo fue para ti entrar en una situación, bases llenas, ya vas perdiendo en el juego, además ante un bateador muy encendido como Fernando Tatis, ahí pudo cambiar prácticamente el juego, parecida quizás a la situación que tuvo Brusdar Gatero el día de ayer también ante este mismo bateador que también ahí pudo haber cambiado el juego? Platícame cómo es para un pitcher entrar así y no a lo que probablemente estuviste acostumbrado a la temporada, que entrar en la primera entrada con las bases limpias. ¿Qué tanto puede cambiar para ti el enfoque que llevas sabiendo que pues tu margen de error es mínimo, ¿no? En ese momento.
Sí, no, confiar en uno, confiar en lo que uno tiene, y el año pasado también me tocó entrar en la misma situación contra Washington, entonces son situaciones que el juego te las va a dar y uno tiene que estar con la mentalidad positiva, la mentalidad fuerte y tratar de confiar en uno. Obviamente es un tremendo bateador, pero uno también por algo lo meten y confían en uno en esa situación, entonces simplemente ejecutar el plan como lo digo y las cosas salieron, gracias a Dios.
Oye, por último, Gemelas, el sueño de tuyo y de Víctor como mexicanos, estar en una serie de campeonato juntos y aspirar probablemente también a por qué no estar en una serie mundial.
No, la verdad que muy contento, ¿no? Muy contento por él, contento que los dos estamos en este camino, ¿no? Por ser campeones y llegamos juntos aquí a Ligas Menores, llegamos juntos en 2012 institucional y seguimos juntos aquí en 2020, ahora en la serie de campeonato. Entonces la verdad que me siento contento, es como un hermano, la verdad, para mí aquí en el béisbol y afuera del béisbol, la verdad que tremendo muchacho y me siento bien contento por él y por nosotros dos que estamos aquí juntos, ¿no?
Otra vez más Humberto, adelante.
Hola Julio, buenas noches. Julio, bueno, tuvo una carrera sucia, después un error y bueno, y el walk. ¿Esto te sacó un poco de concentración?
No, la verdad no, para nada, o sea, fue un error que cometí y ya como se pudieron dar cuenta, ejecuté los picheos y salí del inning, se podría decir, sin tanto daño a que la otra carrera no entrara. Gracias a Dios que supimos ejecutar bien el plan y salieron las cosas.
Oye, Julio, y el presidente de México, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, confió mucho en ti, dijo que tenía mucha calidad. ¿Qué le respondes ahora confirmando que diste una buena noche el día de hoy?
No, la verdad que contento, ¿no? Contento que el presidente nos tenga en su mente y que nos desee buenas cosas, ¿no? A mí en lo personal y al equipo, la verdad que contento de que le guste el béisbol, contento de que nos vaya a nosotros, la verdad que le mando un saludo fuerte y esperemos verlo pronto.
Gracias, Julio.
Gracias, Julio.
Gracias, Juan.
Dodger manager Dave Roberts now available. Go ahead, Alana.
Congratulations, Doc. What are you most impressed with in terms of Game 3? It's hard to pick one area considering the job that your pitching staff did and the offense up and down the lineup.
You know, I'm just proud of everybody. I thought the pitchers did a nice job. At-bat quality up and down the lineup was great. Really good on the bases as far as being aggressive. Cody stands out. Played defense. It's just a fun game to be a part of.
After the first inning, everyone's scratching their head, wondering why you took Dustin May out. By the third, people had forgotten about it because of everything else that was going on and how well you guys were playing. Was that the plan, to just have him go one? What's the mindset behind that?
Yeah, we didn't, it was kind of read and react. I just felt that, Dustin had 1-2 innings, maybe 3 at the most. And then so I just felt that there was a good run after that for Pollock, and then having Julio behind him, it just kind of went that way. There was nothing really kind of scripted. It was just we had guys that were just online and good lanes for them.
And Julio gives you some sort of outing tonight. I mean, 5 innings, the 1 run was not even earned. How pleased are you with the way that you had implored him all of last year to attack the zone, and he's taken that to heart?
He's really doing a great job, Alana. I'm just really excited for him, and I think the thing is that his just openness for whatever role, he just wants his number called and to go as hard as he can for as long as he can. And he went out there tonight, and you can talk about the play of the game. It's the first hitter he faced. There's a base load situation. He punches Tatis, and that could have been a different game. So right there, that just flipped the game.
Will Smith, was it just a matter of time?
Yeah, I think that he's just continuing to take good at bats, and he was barreling things, using the whole field, and finally he got some luck. So I was just happy for him. So I think he threw out 4 hits tonight, something like that, with a bunch of ribbies. So really happy for him. Just his at-bat quality is just so good, and also with the pitchers, he just did a fantastic job tonight as well.
He drives in 3 runs and has 5 hits. That's the Dodgers franchise record. And finally, your opinion now that there were 9 pitchers used in the first game, 11 pitchers used by the Padres in game number 3. Your opinion on expanded rosters to this point in the postseason?
Well, I think that, for this year specifically, it makes sense because you just want to guard against, someone contracting COVID and making sure you have depth. Obviously, when you have more arms at your disposal, you can try to play the matchup game. So I'm just happy our guys, it just really didn't phase our guys, though.
Next question's from Bill Shakin. Go ahead.
Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you, Bill.
Alice, now that you have gone through what was a 2-game series and a 3-game series, the LCS is best of 7. Will you be needing to use starters in a more traditional manner? And is everything okay with Tony Gonsolin?
Yeah, Tony's great. He was going to pitch tomorrow. And fortunately, we're going to do a sim game here probably Saturday, Sunday, something like that, to stretch him out. And, it's a shorter series. We won in 3, so we didn't get to use everyone, and Tony being one of them. But that's kind of it's actually a good situation for us, but we'll figure out a way to build Tony up. But, yeah, when you're talking about 7 days in a row, you're certainly going to need more length out of your starters.
Thank you.
Next question's from Jeff Wilson. Go ahead.
Just real quick, what are your thoughts on the Braves? I know you didn't face them this year, but I'm sure you've paid attention.
Very talented. Offensively, they're good left-handed, right-handed. Arguably the best player in the National League this year in Freddie Freeman. I just from Anthopoulos, Alex on down, Brian and his staff, they play the game the right way. It's going to be a fun series.
Thank you.
Next question's from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
You guys scored 23 runs in the series with 1 home run. Is that reassuring moving forward, knowing you're going to be playing here?
It is. I think that just we talk a lot about at-bat quality and taking walks and the value of 90 feet and running the bases well, taking extra bases, moving the ball forward. And we did a very good job of that this series.
And just what did you see from Jock Peterson tonight?
I was really excited to see Jock throw out a couple knocks, and that bat against Stammen, the 3-2 sinker down below, to stay on it, go to the opposite gap, something he hadn't done in a while. So that was really good to see, and get another infield hit. So I know his confidence is continuing to grow because we're going to need him.
Next question's from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, you talked about Will earlier. How rare is that quality as a young player to be able to kind of withstand the hitless games and know that you're still hitting it hard and doing the right thing and not get down about that?
It's very rare, especially when you layer in the fact that he is a starting catcher. We expect a lot, demand a lot from our catchers, and with run prevention. So to sort of handle that and not take the lack of success or results from the offense side to the defense, he just does an outstanding job and continue to get better. And also when you're not getting the results, to continue to just believe in your process of taking good at bats, that they will come. He's done a great job.
And then with Justin, he was asked about setting the Dodger postseason record for hits, and he kind of brushed that aside and said he's only worried about winning a title. Do you get the sense from a lot of your guys that they want to do this obviously for winning, but also for a lot of the veterans on the team who, have been here for a long time?
I think we want to do it for everyone, Rowan, to be honest with you. I think that we want to do it for each other. We want to do it for the Dodgers, for the fans, and everyone has a story, whether it's your first year in the big leagues or you're Clayton Kershaw with the Dodgers and the only team you know. So I think that it's going to mean a lot to all of us. So we still got a lot of work to do.
Next question is from Tim Brown. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. I was thinking about for a lot of years now in a row, you guys have pushed the rock up the hill. The hill was a lot different this year. Wondering over the past half hour, 45 minutes or so, what sort of things you reflected on, sort of on the verge of the LCS again?
I think the thing that really comes to front of mind is just the way that it's taken everybody. Everyone from front office to scouts to training staff to strength and conditioning to the food staff, everyone's clubhouse guys, everyone's gone above and beyond. And I think that this is a unique year, and it's really sort of in a weird way galvanized all of us. And we have a lot of work to do, but really proud of everyone.
How much of your family is with you?
I've got my wife and then my daughter here.
Okay. Enjoy.
Thank you, Tim.
Next question is from Tyler Kepner. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. How are you? Congratulations.
Thanks, Tyler.
We're going to ask you, your team leads the majors in runs, leads the majors in ERA, best record. Is this the best team you've had? And I guess more importantly, is this team that's best equipped to go all the way of all the ones you've
It is. I think that we've obviously had a lot of talent here over the years that I've been here. But I just think that in the first two series, you saw what we're capable of as far as controlling the strike zone. And I think that if you look back at postseason in the past, we haven't done that very well. So it's just a credit to the hitting guys and the players for understanding that value.
Next question is from Kerry Osborne. Go ahead.
Congratulations, Dave. With Julio, fastball command was exceptional today. Curveball was exceptional. What have you seen of him of late that's really kind of taken a notch up?
Well, I don't know if it's of late, but it's in the last, call it 4 or 5 appearances, outings for him, that just the urgency from the first pitch. And there are some things that from the stretch that he's kind of now pushed aside the full delivery, the full windup, and just getting in the stretch and really getting the arm speed for the breaking ball, the change up, and just kind of ripping that fastball. So it's been really good.
Thank you, Dave.
Next question is from DG. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, congrats. Just following up on that last answer, when you say you're controlling the strike zone better, and obviously the strikeouts are down, is that more of a mental adjustment or a physical adjustment in terms of shortening up in situations like Cody's early in the game, 2 strike, he just hits a ground ball and you score a run. Situations like that, is that more of a mental approach thing?
It's a mental thing. It's a buy-in for team offense. And, Corey said it many times. Justin said it. Mookie said it as far as this is the postseason. It's about team baseball, winning 90 feet. And, everyone wants to be the hero and get the hits, but taking what the pitcher gives you and taking your walks and creating stress is what, when we're at our best, we do that. And that's what we've done all throughout the lineup.
I got time for one more. Go ahead, Jorge.
Dave, you and others have expressed, your excitement about playing in front of fans in this next series. But is there any trepidation at all that something can go wrong with the virus and this could all get blown up? Everything you've done over the last 3 months.
No, I mean, I'm not thinking that. I'm hoping that isn't the case. I know we're excited about having fans there, and I'm sure that there's going to be the right kind of protocols and keep them away from us. And however they get into the ballpark, I don't know who qualifies, but yeah, that's not really front of mind for me.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
That concludes Dodgers post game.